Hello, thanks for joining me here on my YouTube channel. My name is Julie, and I can be found here on my channel, Stamp with Julie Baum, and also on my website, stampwithjuliebaum.com. Today's card tutorial is actually kind of an extra credit. This is an add-on to a Simply Saturday episode. This would have aired on April 2nd of 2022, where I showed you how to make this card. So it fit perfectly with our Simply Saturday method, and I wanted to today show you how to take this one step further if you want to. So when we finished with these cards, and there were a couple of them, they were left as is with the smoky slate on the inside of the cards. But today I'm going to show you a way to fix up the inside of the card if you don't want to leave it plain like this. So I've taken a piece of basic white cardstock. This is 4 by 5¼ inches. And I have a strip of designer series paper. Now you probably want this to match or coordinate with paper that you used on your card. So I've cut this 1/2 inch by 4 inches. I'm going to attach it to the bottom of that piece of cardstock. It's a bit critical that when you're attaching a strip of paper like this, that you use a ruler or a T-square or some grid paper, something to help you make sure that you're going to attach the strip very straight. If you put the strip on here a little bit crooked and then you put the inside of your card where it's going to go, and it's nice and straight, that strip of slightly crooked paper is going to really be exaggerated. So I have my cardstock laying on my grid paper, and I'm going to now stick this strip on using my grid for alignment, so I can see that it lines up right here with this dotted line, and also up here with the same dotted line, and my paper is laying squarely on the grid paper. So it's a super easy technique. It's just that one extra step instead of just kind of eyeballing it. In this instance, it's quite important that it's very straight. So that's been attached, and now we can put the inside panel into the card. And then at this point, once you get it nice and straight, of course this is eyeballed, your grid paper comes in handy too, but now this looks nice and straight because we took the time to line it up when we glued it on. All right, so there's the inside of the card. It just dresses it up one little step beyond a plain inside. And then let's do an envelope to match. So I have a plain white envelope. I am not sure that this, I'm pretty sure this is not a Stampin' Up envelope. I usually do use Stampin' Up envelopes, but for quite a while I have had a resource to get free white envelopes. So you really can't turn down free envelopes. So I think this was one of my freebies. So I'm going to take the flap, open it out flat, and I have pre-cut to size a piece of matching or coordinating designer series paper. And this piece measures 2¼ inches by 6. All you need to do is have your piece, I have a ruler here somewhere. Okay, we'll use the grid paper because I don't know where I set my ruler. All you need to do is make sure that this piece is as wide as your flap. Let me put it this way so you can see. So from the crease on the flap in my envelope, I have for sure made it wide enough that it's going to cover, okay? And then I've left extra length on it because it's easier to do it this way and trim the excess off in a minute. Oh, here's my ruler. Okay, so on this particular envelope, I knew that the flap was just less than 2¼ So that's why this paper I did 2¼ and then the flap itself is not quite 6 inches long, so 6 inches gave me the extra that I want here. All right, so in this case, instead of applying your adhesive to your paper, we're going to apply the adhesive to this piece. So I'm going to put adhesive on my flap, and I'm getting very close to that crease, as close as I can without being concerned about glue squishing out. So I'm quite close to that crease. And then the edges as well, because we really want this decorated flap sealed down so that the paper doesn't kind of like peel up, because then it might tear and it might look sloppy. So I've been very careful outlining the edges and then putting my squiggles in between. Now I will lay my patterned paper right up against that crease from top to bottom. Liquid glue allows you a little bit of wiggle time if you need it. All right, so I've got this right just flush with the crease there. All right, push that up a little. There we go. And press down everywhere. Then you can take your paper snips or a longer blade scissor, and we're just going to trim off the excess. So yes, I think we'll call this quick tutorial our extra credit to Simply Saturday. And that would have been episode 10 if you're looking for it. All right, now depending on your paper, this is just barely hanging off the edge, and because it's white on white, I could probably leave it. If that was a color or if there was a black background, it would be showing up more. But if you do need to trim that edge, just take your scissors. They kind of naturally will get into a groove right against the edge of your envelope. See, I am trimming the tiniest little sliver off here, but your scissors will go quite straight against the edge of the envelope. All right, so that's great. And now you can see that we have a really beautiful matching envelope to go with our simple card, and it just dresses up the whole thing. So here it is in yellow with rectangles. Here is the card that I showed you how to make in the Simply Saturday series. And then this one in Bermuda Bay, and you can see that its flap matches the paper and the inside as well. And then this paper with our Granny Apple green accents and the inside done as well. So I hope you like that little extra credit and special way to dress up even a very simple card. Thanks for watching, and as always, I like to ask you, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it so much, and it really does help me. Thank you. See you next time.